lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, good folk. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, welcoming you back to another windowsill thrift haul. Now, if you watched yesterday, you know that the electric went out in the middle of the night and we woke up to hot, hot, hot. Well, it's all been restored. The air conditioning is back on. But we're going to have a lovely week, so I really don't even need the air conditioner now, to be honest. Up here on this 8th floor, I open the windows, crack the door a little bit, get some cross breeze, and it's sometimes pretty nice. Well, I hope the weather is nice wherever you are, and that this video pleasantly accompanies you with whatever you may be doing. Some of you do the laundry while you have me on. I think that's great. I'm going to have a sip of this fizzy pink lemonade stuff, I'm trying to get rid of it, in my Hazel Atlas Ritz Blue tumbler. Here we go. That hit the spot. And today I'm going to show you things that are for sale and some things I'm keeping. But everything came from thrift shops or flea markets in the metropolitan Philadelphia, New Jersey area. I have not been down to my, Delaware flea markets yet. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Let's get to it. We are accustomed to seeing these all of the time. It is green glass from the 1930s, and you know that they almost always had one of those chrome rims with a little handle on it. A lot of times those chrome rims are missing. This one is nice. It's a four-parted divided dish, which can be for relish and other things for the table, but also nuts and candy and whatnot. It is green glass, 1930s. It does glow. It has uranium in it. And I don't think, there might be a little, there's a little edge under there. Well, it's not that little. That's a pretty good size. It's smooth, though, and it is on the underside. These are just some bubbles, which is the kind of imperfection that you see in depression glass. That's up for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop right now. And so is this one, which I showed you 2 weeks ago or something like that, and then forgot to list it. But this one is also from the 1930s, and it is for sale as well. Very, very popular little things from that Depression era. I'm also selling, and this I think only has maybe 1 day left. I posted it several days ago. I can't believe I'm selling this, but I am. This is in just about the best condition of any one I've ever seen. Now, some of you are going to say, oh, that's a tabletop. That's off of a coffee table. Okay, they did make lots of tables with this blue mirrored glass. But this one did not come, this was not an insert that I ripped out of a table. It is covered in the back, on the back with felt, and it's very thin with these beveled edges. This one is actually a dresser tray. So this was meant, or a dresser glass. So it's meant to go on the lady's vanity or the gentleman's vanity to put perfume bottles on and so forth. But it can also be used decoratively. So we know that blue glass was a decorative element that was very popular. It started really in the late 20s, but it was popular during the war and even in the late 40s. You could get furniture with the blue glass tops on it. A set was given to my great-grandmother, and I have the table because it sort of came down in the family. It's in storage. We won't go into that, but it's wonderful. So this blue glass dresser tray has no chips on it, almost no scratches, one or two little tiny scratches on the top you can just barely pick up. I had this, somebody wrote to me and said, are there any scratches? And I wrote back and I said, well, this piece of glass is about 80 years old and it's in about as good a condition as you can expect. But the whole purpose was that this would become scratched and not your dresser top, right? Not your vanity. Or the perfume would spill and the alcohol would eat through your shellac. But really awesome condition. There's no silver loss on it either, and these are getting harder to find. Right now I think this is bid up to $50, and it would not surprise me if it goes above that. It probably will and should, because it is in such fantastic condition, if you like that kind of thing. I know I do. Okay, next is a random lamp part, which I've had for quite a while and was actually going to somehow incorporate into a lamp again, but never got around to it. So now I'm selling it. Probably Fenton, cranberry corn, is it coin dot or coin print, thumbprint? I don't know what it is, but there it is. And I didn't destroy a lamp. I found this and knew that it was a lamp part. So the dimensions are in the eBay auction. You can look that up. And this could be reincorporated really into even a floor lamp like that. It can go, it's kind of a little too big for that, but you get the idea. Okay. Very quickly, because we already talked about these, but I did get them listed, are the 3 1980s microwavable safe clear glass bottom Pyrex primary color mixing bowls. And yes, they did have a smaller one in green, as I had a chance to go and flip around. So this one is missing the little green bowl, but there were originally 4 with a green bowl. That set is up for sale right now, and I can't remember. I think it might be a buy it now. And you can make me an offer. This was on my community page on the YouTube channel, and it might only have a day or 2 left as well. Look at what I am selling. Woo! Now this is super fantastic, I think. Let me not drop it. So if you saw the community page, you've already seen this. What is it? It's 2 separate pieces. They did not start life together, but these glass pedestals were made by everybody. Fenton, Imperial, Westmoreland, and others, Beaumont. They all made different style. This is glass, black glass, and very popular mid-20s to mid-30s. So I'm pairing together because I think black and green looks fantastic. This is a stretch glass bowl. It's unmarked, and I think it might either be United States glass or a piece of Imperial. Fenton made it, Jeanette made it, a little bit of it, and then of course, you know, we know all the companies that made the stretch glass, and so this is stretch because it's been fired, given the iridescence, sprayed with the mineral stuff, the magic, put back into the flame or the heat, and then it stretches. We've talked about that before. So you see the little onion skin, what's called onion skin on there. You can really see it back here. Okay, and it is in sort of an ice green. This is not Florentine green by Fenton. And with the stretch glass, you really have to measure it, because a lot of their molds, they imitated each other. We know this, and molds were traded and designers moved from company to company. And so unmarked, Imperial was not always marked, Northwood was not always marked, but I think it might be US glass. It's going to date from the mid-20s to the mid-30s. That's about it. There's no damage on this beautiful green stretch glass bowl, which I believe glows under black light. I don't remember. And it just, I think the black pedestal glass base really complements it. So Black and green are two of my favorite combinations. And as I said, this only has, maybe a day left. So if you like that, don't hesitate. Let's also talk for a minute about this piece, which is for sale. Now, what is it? It's a piece of glass. It's iridescent, but it's not stretch glass. This wasn't refired. We see no onion skin stretch on there, yeah? As compared to this one, do you see the difference? Do you see what's called onion skin? I keep saying that, but that's what collectors call it. We don't see that on this one. So this one was not refired, yeah? We look at the base color, which is amethyst. So this is an amethyst dish, bonbon, whatever you want to call it. Iridescent. Is it Carnival Glass? Well now, you Carnival Glass experts know that Carnival Glass is heavily embossed. So you have blanks, but the Carnival always has some kind of a pattern on it. Horseshoes, butterflies, peacocks, grapes and cables, cherries, fruits, I don't know, insects. Just all kinds of designs on true Carnival Glass. So I and the Carnival Glass diehards would probably not say Carnival because it's not a Carnival pattern. It's just a blank piece of glass made by one of the companies who made Stretch and who made Carnival, and it's amethyst iridescent, and it's beautiful. So there you go. I love it. It has no chips or cracks. It's a beautiful piece, and it is for sale in the old Curiosity Shop right now. Do you love this? I do. I love it. Okay, let's speed it up. The Nelson McCoy Rooster, we talked about it yesterday, and it is listed. What I couldn't show you, or didn't show you then, is down here we have NM for Nelson McCoy, and it was a period of time in the, I don't remember, it's in my book, mid-30s to early 40s, something like that. Nelson McCoy Rooster. I already sold 2 of these, and I've got 2 more of the little tiny First National Stores of Boston, Massachusetts. Half liquid pint Bellows Falls Cooperative Creamery in Bellows Falls, Vermont. So I've got 2 of those little milk containers for you if you'd like. They are listed. We also already, out of the 3 pieces of pottery I showed you yesterday, remember the green one I'm keeping, it's over there, you can't see it, but the green one with the crack I'm keeping. A couple of very nice subscribers. I didn't identify this yesterday. I knew the other 2 were McCoy, wasn't sure about this. These are Shawnee, so I thank you for the help on that. I didn't have to look them up. I love it. You're doing my work for me. Thank you. 2 candle holders and the little vase with the iris on it. They're all Shawnee. They stopped making this particular type of candle holder in 1942. And I love how, like, there's this little place for the wax to gather if the candle drips. Okay, so lovely. Those are for sale as well. Pardon me while I get down on the floor. Now I'm back up again. Here are a few more things that you have not seen yet, but they are for sale right now. I have 2 pantry pops. Gemco syrup jugs. Boy, this is the 70s, is it not? We have glass syrup jugs. They do say Gemco on the bottom. We have plastic tops with little stainless guys that you pull back and forth here to let your syrup escape. and everything here is in good condition. There are no cracks in the lids or anything like that, and it's clean. You don't have anybody's nasty old coagulated syrup on these. You know, I wouldn't sell anything like that. I wouldn't do it. Also, very quickly, let me review the Culver Barware highball glass in the Antigua, A-N-T-I-G-U-A pattern. And these are the little double old-fashioned is what this one is called. So I have 8 of these and have 7 of these, and I've got them listed as a buy it now. So the first person that runs over there and grabs them gets them. The condition on these is absolutely fantastic. I washed everything, no chips, no cracks. And so again, we have double old-fashioned and highball, and you can get these if you'd like. I think they're going to be shipped in like a 12 by 12 by 12. I think I can manage that. I hope I can manage that. I then also have for sale a refrigerator jug, water jug. You can put anything in it you want for the refrigerator. 1940s, and my former college roommate and I were talking the other day about they love throwing some tulips on a 1940s kitchen item, sort of in a stylized Deco 40s fashion. And this is made by that that Universal Brotherhood of Pottery something in Ohio. You're familiar with their story. I think we've talked about it. It has been used, of course. There are no chips or cracks. Well, there are chips or cracks. I didn't really mean to say that. There are no cracks. There's a little chip on the spout right here, underneath. And then the lid, which is usually missing, but not now. We have some chips underneath the lid right there. That doesn't bother me. So still very, very usable. And if you want to display it, but don't use it, turn the little chips to the side. So very 40s, classic refrigerator jug. Yes, that's for sale. I'm trying to remember to tell you what's for sale and what's not. This is not for sale. And you already know that as soon as it comes into view. Did you hear that?
Oh dear.
I heard it. You fell for it in your Barca-loungers, didn't you? It's a candy jar. Late 20s, early 30s. You're tired of hearing me say it. Every company made these. And here we have it in green and black and gold. No way am I getting rid of that because I love the combination of the green and the black and the gold on there. It is in absolutely excellent condition. That was a great find, and I have a little collection of 1920s era glass with this green and black combination. Sometimes I weed a few pieces out, like that stretch glass in the black base. I can't keep everything, but woo, this has got to be my favorite item. I know you're mad I'm not selling it, but you know, what can I say? We'll be all right. Now, here this is for sale, and this was made sometime after the Second World War. I'm going to say sometime in the mid-1950s, because when we play the tune, you will recognize the tune. It's from a musical that was very popular in the 1950s. And that musical is sometimes known by 2 different names. Have you figured that out yet? It's not South Pacific. Anyway, black lacquer made in Japan. The Japan mark is here. I love the escutcheon here, which has, over the lock, which has a little sailboats engraved in it, which you can't see, I guess. So typical of the black lacquer work of the Japanese. Let's wind it up. It might already. Okay, it's wound up, just like I am. I'm always wound up. And name that tune. It's not terribly loud, but you know, you don't want to alert the burglars that you're getting into the family jewels. You don't want the tune to be that loud. Okay, you got it. I could have danced all night from My Fair Lady, or don't some folks refer to it as Pygmalion? Look at this mirror inside. You see the mirrored glass that's painted? This back here? Yeah. And then we've got these two that open up for your jewelry. We close these back up, those two. And then it's got the inside for more jewelry. Turn it around. Isn't that lovely? Now, I believe My Fair Lady came out sometime in the 1950s, so this would have been a popular tune. This might have been made in as late as 1960, but we'll just say somewhere from the late 50s to about 1960, something like that. And there's nothing missing on this. The condition on it is absolutely fantastic. We're almost finished here. I've been rambling on for half an hour. Hold on. The one thing I always remember about the soundtrack from My Fair Lady is that when I got my first stereo set, you know, when I was old enough, it was a hand-me-down. It was in the late 70s. It might have even been about 1980. And it had 8-track in it. So of course I had a whole bunch of 8-tracks. You remember how the 8-track would stop in the middle of a song and there'd be this loud click and it would jump to the next track and the song would pick up right in the middle? Well, I cannot listen to I Could Have Danced All Night without hearing that break and that click when it jumps to the next. You got to remember 8-tracks to know that. Here's 2 things I'm keeping, and here are 2 things I'm selling. I am not selling this. I have never seen such a tiny percolator. Now, you don't have any reference, because I don't have a regular size percolator here to show you. I believe it's a Universal or a GE or a Farber. It's a Universal. This little thing dates to around 1930 to 35, and it makes 4 cups. It is the littlest percolator I've ever had, and it's perfect. If I ever decide to become a minimalist or move into a 200 square foot apartment, this one's going with me. So you'll get like 4, little, the size cups that people drank in the 1930s, not those great big travel mugs that we have today. This came from the flea market over the weekend, and I've already cleaned it, and I've already percolated, and it's wonderful. I'm also keeping this, which I just purchased, and I need to do a little bit of work on. Wait until you see this. This dates back to the mid-30s to the mid-40s, and it's all made of wood. Even the sails on the sailing ship are made of wood. The rigging is here, the masts are all in place. There's nothing missing or damaged from this. That is the original old light bulb, and it still works. I am going to be rewiring it. I do need to do that. There's no origin on here in terms of who made it. What was this kind of thing for? Well, it was very popular for little boys to have a nautical theme in their bedrooms. This could have been a nightlight for a child's room. It could have also been what's called a radio lamp, a novelty radio lamp. or just a little novelty light. You see a lot of these in catalogs in the 1930s, and but it lights up, it's charming, and the condition is just absolutely unbelievable. Look at that old light bulb. I like nautical items from the 1930s and beyond, so I was shocked when I found this. This delicate and in this good condition, and yes, it is that old, and it did come from a thrift shop, and I paid about $5 for it. Okay, now what am I selling? I'm going to sell this, but it's not ready yet. I bought this at the flea market, and it's another little polychromed cast lamp from about 1925 to 1930. This is the original patina on this. I'm not going to have to repaint or restore this patina at all. Spelter, but in good shape. Nice old socket. There could have been two of these as dresser lamps. We only have this one. That's the old original cord. I'd use this cord, but a lot of you, that would scare you to death. So this cord will come off, save the old plug. And the reason this isn't ready for sale yet is that I have run out of my antique electric cord that I use. And I can buy it online, but I also like going up to my favorite sort of antique electronic supply store on 8th Avenue in New York City, just a few blocks north of 33rd and I think it's 8th, just above where the New Yorker is. Give me a good excuse to meet my buddy and have breakfast at the TikTok Diner. So I need to go up there and get some more cord. Then I will rewire this lamp and you'll be ready for you. Okay, the last thing that's for sale is also something that is musical. Let's have a picture of it first. Here it is. It's a cocktail shaker, and you're getting 12 little barware glasses with it. Now, the glasses didn't come with the cocktail shaker. They're about the same vintage, 30s to 40s, okay? And I just it's a marriage. I put them all together. But here's what they look like in person. You're getting 6 this size, and you're getting 6 this size for your little whatever it is that you drink. That's what so 12 of these, 6 and 6 is 12. So you didn't know I was that sharp with math. Now, what's the big deal about this cocktail shaker? It is super fantastic because it is musical. And I'm going to let you see the bottom. This is an old one. And this is the little trigger here. When this sits flat on the table, you get no sound out of it. You'd only hear the sound when you pick it up. So let's pretend it's sitting flat on the table. We'll give it a twist. All right. And when you pick it up off the table, what tune do you get? Swing Low, Sweet Chariot? No, I don't think so. Here's what you get. You recognize it? Here we go. That's right. You hear that musical phrase, how dry I am, how dry I am. What about that? It's a novelty. You want to hear it a little bit more? Now, the tune How Dry I Am is actually from an old Irving Berlin tune that I think was written in 1919 because Prohibition was on its way. Several of the states had already decided that they were for the Volstead Act, and there were a lot of popular tunes in 1919 about get ready, here it comes. And the how dry I am, that's a little phrase that's embedded in that tune. And it sort of has become very much identified with either wanting an alcoholic beverage or not having one. So it was a very discreet way to mention that you are in the mood for a libation. If you didn't really want to mention alcoholic beverages, they would just play How Dry I Am, and everybody got the meaning. So once again, the on and off under there, we will go ahead and stop it. The cap comes off, the shaker top comes off, there's a strainer under here, you can look at the pictures. It's not perfect, it's nice and clean and shiny, but down at the base, if I turn it around, it got banged up against something here and it's a little wonky. You know, if that bothers you, put a cloth on here, take a pair of pliers and bend it back. That really doesn't bother me too much, that it's a little bit wonky there on the bottom. We don't have dents in the thing, as you can see, and the cap does come off. I told you I wasn't going to show you, but there's the strainer. There are a couple little splits here in the top, which a lot of times we see that with this type of metal. It will split. There are no splits here. Okay, you can be quiet now. Let's put you on the floor. Hush. Yes. So that's it. A musical cocktail shaker, How Dry I Am. Well, I'm not that dry because I still have my little pink fizzy stuff from the Aldi store. And it is very good to drink on a warm day. Thank you for watching and for joining me on my shopping trips. If you see anything that you're really interested in, please go and look at the Old Curiosity Shop. That's my eBay store, and the description is the link is in the description box below. Check it out if you'd like to. So I will bid you farewell and say thanks for watching, wait for the cat, and so long for now.